ladies, and welcome to another decluttering video. As you can see, we're tackling the rest of my basement. This is where we have kind of like an extended pantry. So it's probably the part of the basement I'm dreading the most. So fingers crossed we can finish that today. If you are new here, my name is Marta. I am a full-time working mom of two, and lately on my channel I have been decluttering my house. So if you are on a decluttering journey or are looking for some home management motivation, cleaning motivation, make sure that you subscribe down below. Let's get going.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever after. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you.
And the first thing that I'm doing is kind of clearing out some of those big items out of the way so I can actually comfortably walk through and sort through all the stuff. Now the question is why we have 3 opened boxes of Pepsi that are not empty. There's just a lot of... It's just too much. I'm dreading this, guys. That's what I'm procrastinating here. Most of the stuff over here I'm gonna try to give to someone on Facebook Marketplace. We have like a free neighborhood group because I haven't used any of those things in a long time. So yeah, I'm really serious about the decluttering part. So
you and me stuck on the ocean now, nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here, all my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome.
So if you are new here, if this is your first video, I have been decluttering this basement for a couple of months right now, a little bit at a time. So there is, I think, 4 different decluttering videos in this series. So I will link them down below in case you want to see kind of different areas of it. This is the one that needed the most attention, and one I was dreading it the most because it's clearly you can see a lot of stuff. But also I wanted, because this is the area I really needed to get to and organize and declutter, this is why I kind of left it towards the end to kind of keep me going through the rest of the basement, because I didn't want to declutter this part and then not tackle the other parts of the basement because this one was already taken care of. So that was kind of my strategy going into it, and it definitely has worked for me. So in this area, the strategy was to really look through all the things I have. What this is supposed to serve is my pantry overflow, if you will. We have a very small kitchen, and we have no pantry upstairs. We have a little closet that we use as pantry, but it's not enough space to keep all of our food there, especially like, canned goods, any extra stuff. So I am using Declutter like a mother method, and for every space, I am going in when I declutter with an intention of, what is this space supposed to serve me? How am I going to be using it? And that kind of helps me with 1, decluttering, and 2, organizing it as well, because now I have a vision of what I want this space to be used for. Because up to this point, yes, it did serve as pantry, but it also served as just a dump ground for anything and everything that we did not keep upstairs. So that's why we got to a point where we are at right now as you're watching this video, and I really wanted to get to a point where it's a storage, but it's an organized storage, when I actually know what I have and I can clearly see everything.
I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not have. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not have. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not have. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not have. We do not. Yesterday we could be ourselves.
So one of the most annoying things that I have found when I was decluttering is the fact that I had a lot of expired food that either I didn't even know that I had, or because it was so disorganized, it was somewhere in the back, and the things that were, not due to expire for a long time were up front. So clearly I need a better system for that, because I don't like to waste food, and that's definitely what was happening in this video. So when you see me throwing some food away, it's because it has expired, and it has expired a while ago. So it's not like it was last month and I can still use it. It has been a while. So definitely looking forward to having this place organized in a way that it allows me to really keep track of what I have, so I don't go to store and buy things that I already have on hand, and to kind of getting a handle on the expiration dates so I can use up the stuff that expires, the fastest, the quickest. So as you can see, a lot of stuff going into garbage bags. I was trying to separate, the contents from, the cardboard boxes so I can recycle those as well. But a lot of things that were going into the trash.
You told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on, if you're gonna be moving on solo. Wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me.
So I definitely wanted to clean it as well as I was going. I did buy those mats, if you will, for kind of to lay down on the shelves. So, because one of the things I have noticed, it's sometimes harder to organize when they are not necessarily standing flat the way you want it, because there's a lot of holes. So I did buy those mats to put on top of the shelves, and they work great because nothing is slipping, nothing is falling. So if you have things like that in your basement, or actually like for garages, any storage space where you need that, I would highly recommend it. I will link the ones that I got from Amazon down below, but I'm sure you can find those in other places as well. And when I was going through that shell, I was trying to kind of figure out what goes where for it to make sense. So you will see me kind of going back and forth between some of the items as I was kind of going through it, because I wanted to put it in a way that kind of made sense and to make sure that I can see what I have. So it's not perfect by any means. I said it in my previous video, I am not going right now to have it, displayed a specific way, not trying to concentrate on how it necessarily looks like. So you're not gonna see a lot of like organization bins and stuff like that, because in the past, and I think I mentioned it in my videos before, I was organizing a mess instead of decluttering. So the main emphasis is to declutter, and then once I declutter, I can start thinking more about, can I make this space more visually appealing? Can I make it, can I buy some bins, some things to help me organize what I have? But for the purposes of this project right now is to really declutter. So I'm still kind of putting it in a way that I can see it, but it's not like, Pinterest perfect. So don't expect that at the very end of this video. And that is definitely something I have learned from Allie Casazza, the author of that Declutter Like a Mother book. I'm going to link that down below as well. But do let me know if you find yourself doing the same thing, if you in the past or even right now are still in that, organizing your mess, your clutter, instead of actually decluttering it, because I was definitely in that category for a long time. So let me know down below.
Stepped into my life, such a magic feeling when you tore down my walls. I wish I could go back to right before you told me I'd try to change it all. But look at us now, we could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now, this is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. Strangers again. We're like strangers again. I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. We'd never fall, could have tried much harder. Now all we have are scars. You said we'd get so high, higher up than heaven. You said we'd reach the stars.
So as I was going through all those things, I will tell you this definitely felt very overwhelming. The most overwhelming part of my basement was this area, and I don't know if it was because there was just so many little things. It was, it required me to kind of things where I want to put things. I don't know, but it definitely took a long time. My previous video, I would set out, an hour, hour and a half, sometimes even 30 minutes to just declutter as much as I can. And this one, I did dedicate probably 3 to 4 hours to just tackle this area once and for all. But I think also this is why that strategy of tackling the other parts of the basement has worked for me, is because, after I was done with this one, it's almost like while I was extremely happy with the results, it was just exhausting. So I'm glad the other parts were already tackled, and this was kind of not left for the last, if you will, because there is still, a few closets I have to organize. There's still little areas in the basement, but this definitely has worked for me, not starting with the most overwhelming part of it. So when you are decluttering, what strategy do you use? Do you go for the most cluttered place? Do you go for the easy win? Do you go for the area that is kind of giving you the most anxiety and stress? Let me know down below. I don't think there is a right or wrong answer here. I really think it depends on your personality and how you feel about decluttering. I am a huge believer in anything that we do. It has to really fit the way you feel about things and fit the way how you function and operate in your house. So, but I am just curious, how do you guys tackle your clutter?
Look at us now, could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now.
So we have a giant pile of recycle, 3 bags of garbage that needs to be thrown away. I have some DVDs to go through over here. And this is how it looks like right now on that end of the basement. So all the food is already put on the shelves, as you can see. I just still have some things around, like all the luggage, and I wanted to bring a cabinet from upstairs, from our living room. We were reorganizing over there as well. So this was a good time to bring it down so I can have some extra storage for things like paper plates, all like the glass bottles and things that kind of get dusty. And I wanted to have that space. So you're gonna see me bringing it down in a minute. But first, I wanted to vacuum and clean up around. So when I bring the next piece of furniture, it's, you know, where we have some passageway that's not full of dirt.
You're my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you. You and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatch.
And once again, I was going through that cabinet back and forth as to how to organize it, what to put in there. There were just things I was sorting through. So you're gonna see me kind of change my mind a few times, as always. But I think that's how the decluttering process works. And organizing, you kind of organize it one way and then you realize you have some other things that you need to store. So it's kind of back and forth with me. And then usually after I use it for a while, then I kind of get more of an idea of if the way I organized it is actually functioning for me, or do I need to make some small adjustments. So I don't know if I'm the only one like that, but I definitely found that's kind of how it works best for me. And I think this is another reason why I think, you know, first concentrating on decluttering and not as much on organizing is probably the best way to go for me, because then I can see how things are working instead of spending and wasting a lot of money or different organizational things for my house. I can really first concentrating on getting rid of stuff and then seeing how I want it organized.
Do you ever call back? Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again, again, again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me.
And this is one of the bins where I put everything when I was organizing the other part of the basement. So now I'm putting that into the cabinet that I have here. And as I was doing that, I still got rid of some of the things that I put in there before, because I realized I don't actually need those. I'm never gonna use them again. So it was just funny that, you know, the more you declutter, the more things you will actually get rid of, because you are starting to get into the groove of things and are kind of just more intentional with what you are keeping and what you are getting rid of.
We don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Do I ever let go?
Okay, this is where we are right now. I spent, I don't even know, probably 3 to 4 hours doing this. So we still have this side, this closet to go through. We are gonna get rid of the elliptical because it has been like this for the past 4 to 5 years, so we're clearly not using it. We just have to figure out the way to get rid of it because I don't know how to even go about that. And so let's start here. So this is just a little closet that still needs a door. Again, remember, this is my unfinished basement. We do have plans to do something here next year. We added this cabinet from the living room. We are buying like a TV stand with cabinets, so we're gonna move whatever was here into that. We just went through all that. This was toys, but this is what we have in here. I decided to put all the like extra dishes, serving platters and stuff so they don't get dusty. I remember, I think 2 videos ago, I put some of them in a plastic container, so I just moved them here. So on the bottom we have some like plastic cups. We have some platters and napkins, and here for like serving different drinks and stuff. So this is stuff that I use, but I don't use it every week. It's probably once a month. Some of it, it's just for like holidays and stuff. So I thought this would be a good place to store it. And here is the pantry. I think we have too much food. Clearly, there's like a whole section of mac and cheese because my son used to eat only those. Then I finally switched him over to this one because it's much cheaper that way. But now we just have to go through that. And these in the packages, they come in packages of 3, and they are really cheap at Costco. It's sometimes when they have them on sale, so that's what I get it. But I try to organize it to the best of my abilities. I'm kind of out of breath after cleaning for so many hours. But clearly I didn't know what I have. For example, I kept on buying sugar instead of flour, and this is why we have so much sugar here. And what I was actually missing was the flour. There was just a little bit in the bag. But I'm hoping that this will help me see more clearly what we need. There's some things we have too many of and some things we don't have enough of. So I think this will help. On the top, we just have some like regular napkins that we use on a daily basis. We have some like foils, a big pot, and obviously those 2 are gonna be used next week. And yeah, I'm really happy how it turned out. We have another box. That's where we have paper plates. So overall, I think it looks great. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. If I look tired, that's because I am. It has been a long afternoon, but this was the biggest thing I wanted to accomplish in this basement. There is still plenty to do, but we're just gonna take it one step at a time. Right now we have pantry figured out, there's passageway, and now, you know, we're gonna be stuck with some of those garbage bags and things for recycle for probably the next 2 weeks because we no longer have space in our garbage bins because we'll keep on throwing away so many things. But the good news is, like, that I had the bread maker, I had the coffee maker, and I had like mugs from IKEA. All of them I posted on our like a neighborhood free group. They were picked up right away. So I'm loving that idea. If you have one in your neighborhood, make sure you use it because that's the easy way. Instead of driving to like donation center, you can just give it to them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some motivation to declutter your space, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
All the days I wish we had, stop crying